If your kanji is too slow to knock down enemies before they get a turn, try Spotlight. Available from all good idols everywhere. Some of other interesting things that came from these papers is... okay. Oh yeah, don't get rid of that, that's really important. I've got enough for one foray into a treasure spot. More, yes! 4 sacred trinkets! Yeah, definitely do the labyrinth equivalent of dumpster diving and check treasure spots all the time in this one because of that. Okay, there. Nope. Okay, should be able to slip by now. There were a few other funny things that I found in these psych reports. One of them is that apparently I was able to, like, discuss numerous topics with the medical examiner, including airports, roads, dinosaurs, butterflies, and the game of chess. I don't know where the heck my young self got butterflies from. Like, that's definitely not something I was interested in beyond that age. I do know, yeah, definitely, I can understand dinosaurs and transportation and all that, but again, where did I get butterflies from? I want to say there was an episode of a kids show where somebody, like, finds and, like, pins butterflies, and maybe that's where that came from? Another thing I found that was kind of funny was that while the map to treasure hidden in question mark, and oh great, I'm gonna have to go back and comb through all of these just in case they're anything really important. Fun fact, the maps I prepared earlier, you may have noticed this if you looked at them, they actually have some, like, treasure maps still unclaimed. I must have really not wanted to do those on my first run. Okay, there we go, Psycho Smash Heavies. Again, I'd kind of rather have Masayo right now. So apparently, while I enjoyed chess, I had decided that I was black, and that only my mother or sister could be white, which meant that my dad couldn't play. Also, apparently, in games like Snakes and Ladders, sometimes called Shoots and Ladders, I would like it, but I was always very distressed to fall down the snakes. Except, apparently, I could still play it if I was playing on behalf of somebody else, because that way, it wasn't happening to me. And I think that actually really shaped how I approach video games in the future. Because I said in an earlier part that I don't really self-insert in games, and yeah, like, I just, yeah, because it's like, I feel like if I start to self-insert, I'll begin to, like, feel the pain the characters feel, like when they take damage, or when, bad things happen to them. And I sort of like to play games to disassociate from that, if that makes sense. Yeah, once again, Akihiko's becoming a bit of a fitness freak in this section of the labyrinth, which actually reminds me, some of the other things in these papers it mentions is that, like, talks about gross motor skills being underdeveloped and me not being good at catching balls or climbing on, like, monkey bars. And it's weird because I also think that's something that you really shouldn't consider a disorder, because, like, that's not relevant unless you want to become an athlete in the future. And I didn't. So, like, why? Meanwhile, my fine motor skills were good, and that explains why I'm able to paint well, no, I can't really draw, but I can color. But, like, I do painting, and I use controllers and stuff, so yeah, like, more fine motions and that kind of thing. But yeah, again, I still think it's a little weird that psychologists would flag not being good at athletics as a psychological disorder. I mean, I suppose in that era, it probably would make sense to do that, but yeah, I hope they don't do that anymore. Because again, like, my stance is, that's not relevant unless you want to be an athlete when you grow up. Just like how, like, you know, would you flag it as, like a developmental disorder if, like, a kid was not good at, like, using computers, and they did not want to get into any kind of thing involved, and, like, they had zero interest in computers, and they never wanted to, never wanted to get into any career in the future involving computers, like, no, you wouldn't flag that as a developmental disability. Also, yeah, this just reminds me of the calm and collected Joker as a handling type character. It is kind of weird, although his vehicle in Crossworld is speed type. This is an this is the out of context scene of all time. You know what? No, depending on what happens next, I might make that the thumbnail. I wouldn't say controlling people, I'd just say Mitsuru's a good leader. Haru does have that noble bearing, though. Oh, right, and when I said earlier, oh, they didn't give them a spare unison attack because that would be too obvious, they did. I was just forgetting that it wasn't until later. I'm actually almost done with this area, I believe. Okay, this is interesting. So, I need Kanji to knock that thing down with electricity, and he's agility bound right now, so he'd probably miss if I went for it at this point. But Koromaru is boosted, I can Salome's Kiss the Eagle, and I got the agility bind, so that means that Kanji's definitely gonna hit now. Because even if you're bound, agility bind makes you... And the Megas got up before Kanji's turn came out, so I didn't get an all-out attack anyway. Okay. And I don't get Fox's Zanshin Strike because the thing that he initially targeted with that died, but maybe his magic is low enough to not kill this? Okay, it was. Good. Yeah. For once, I'm thankful for Fox sucking, because it means we get more experience. Maybe that is the one thing he's good for in this game. Oh, hi again, Siebely. Otoko! No. Yes, Kanji, you don't need to talk about manliness right now. Though I guess it does boil down to the, like, don't catch a ball thing from earlier. One other thing I found very interesting that I'd forgotten about from that report was that apparently, as a kid, I didn't like to use a fork because I was distressed by the holes it made in food. I wonder if that's a common occurrence in, like, particularly children with autism. Because, like, I definitely don't have that kind of phobia of holes. I know that is a real phobia. Like, I definitely don't have it. It's different from that, but it is interesting. Because, like, looking back on that, I'm not surprised that was the case for me. And so, yeah, this is the last elevator room. Just look at the holes on this map. But yeah, moment of truth time. Am I gonna be... I'm a little worried that I'm not gonna actually get the map completion yet because of the dwarf room. Oh, hi there. I don't know if it's just that Kanji's luck is that low, or that I really should have passed down Poisma and not Poison Breath. However, I think every single time I've used that, I've got all three binds, so I am very happy that I passed down both bind boosts. I mean, I do have the high chance of poison physical attack. Not sure I want Sleep Circle, though. Or Agidine. Oh, hey, you better be careful of Belial, he uses fire! Devil Survivor 1 in jokes. Heroic Wind? Oh, interesting, okay, that's cool. But yeah, that's a new skill. I got all three drops out of that thing. Okay, again, are we done here? We are, in fact, not. Oh, 4 sacred trinkets, come on, what do I get? Well, it's more money, I suppose. Not bad for Makoto. That is you or Kanji or Ryuji with no weakness, or Teddy, and I think No, I still need Yusuke to cover Yusuke's weakness with that. The downside of those items is it means that you can't, like, use any other accessory effect. At this rate, I don't think I need the barrier tech anymore. My new Kansai weak people already have accessories that completely drain their weakness. Okay, so where am I missing? Wait, that's what I'm missing? And there we go. Dame... Oh, I knew that she was in this game. I just forgot that she was a chess reward. Yes, this, I believe, is the one Persona game where Jeanne d'Arc is a usable fusion. I thought that she was going to be in Persona 5 Tactica, but I'll talk about that if I ever Let's Play that game one day. Let's just say my expectations were very much subverted there. Level 60, okay. Not for a little while. But yeah, she needs Srosha and Seeply. I guess I can make her a decent Link Persona. I like the French flag as a cape there. So sadly, in this game, Personas don't have elemental weaknesses. In SMT games where she does, she is weak to fire. And that is the most darkly hilarious thing I've ever heard. This is kind of weird. I'm going to sacrifice a Persona into one of my Navigators just to raise my Wild level up by 1. Because this way, Mott and Ganesha, Heaven's Blade, and I suppose I can take Zionga and Poisma because I kind of need those. But it's more these straight-up physical skills. And yes, I know this thing kind of looks like Mara. I have to take the long way because I forgot to go down the stairs and, like, set the warp point for floor 6. However, this does mean I can get this. That wasn't worth it. It's weird, this just hit me while I was going through here. You know what's an underrated musical in my opinion? Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron. I mean, the actual plot of that movie isn't like hugely popular, but the songs are really good. And a lot of elements of it are great. Like, particularly how it ends is amazing. The animation's pretty good too, from what I remember. I made a quick stop over at base because I wanted to do something hilarious with Aigis in this upcoming fight. So for this fight, you really want, Nuke and Confusion, and that's pretty much all you need. You'll be fighting 2 things, and it will be very cathartic, let's just say. This looks a lot more like the Hikari we know now. Must be catching up to the modern timeline.
Hikari-chan, こんな時間まで何してたの? 映画の撮影とかいろいろ。映画? はあ、あいつの影響か。はあ、困ったものね。映画なんて将来何の役にも立たないのに。将来？進学とか就職とかいろいろあるだろう。
I mean, it's not like there's a career where people make movies or anything. It's not like all the movies we've ever watched in all of our lives would not exist without people in that exact career field that Hikari is trying to enter.
まあ、今すぐ出てこないのはしょうがないけどね。あなた片親だし、私たちも心配なのよ。
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, Hikari's in a single-parent family. I mean, her mother was never shown earlier, but it was never really implied what happened with her.
監督。なんだって？映画監督。冗談でしょ？まさか本気じゃないよな。ダメですか？いい？普通は勉強や部活に打ち込んで、いい大学やいい就職先に行くの。
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do that to study how to be a director too in Japan, just saying.
そんな夢追い人みたいなこと言わないで。お父さんだって認めないでしょ？お父さんは光のやりたいことをやってみなさいって。あいつも仕事で忙しいからな。ちゃんと話し合う時間がないみたいだ。
After all, there are no famous Japanese film directors at all. Akira Kurosawa and Hayao Miyazaki are not real. They cannot hurt us.
だから私たちが来たんでしょ。母親もいなくてただでさえいろいろ言われるのよ。だから私たちがこの子を普通にしてあげなくちゃ。
That is actually very interesting, though, the idea that even being from a single-parent family is, like, already gonna get you stigmatized.
そうだな。じゃあまずはそのガラクタから処分しないと。やめて。このカメラはお父さんの。逆らうのか。本当にどうしてあなたはそうなのよ。あなたは普通でいればいい。普通でさえいれば何の文句もないわ。
Oh, yeah, things like this. Yeah, this is very, very autism-coded.
みんなと同じことをしてればいいの。
Yeah, that's called masking, and it takes a huge toll on you if it goes on for too long.
みんなと同じ。私は。どうしてあなたはそうなのよ。普通はそんなことしない。普通と違う。あなたは異常。わからない。私は私なのに。どうしてお前はそうなんだ。あなたは普通じゃない。みんなと同じ。それが正しい。私には夢があるの。我慢しなさい。みんなと合わせるために。みんな普通で。みんな一緒。自分は何？自分なんていらないさ。自分なんて捨てなさい。でも私は。お前のために言ってるんだよ。心配しないでいいわ。私たちが普通を教えてあげる。こんなのってひどすぎる。
Yeah, this one is probably the most interesting to me of all of them because, like, it does represent the events of AI, I guess, represent that, and they were like very, very on the nose. But this right here it's a little more nuanced than you might expect in the sense that, like, yeah, it is awful for her aunt and uncle to do that, but what is also a part of it is the fact that they kind of feel like they need to for Hikari to really have a future, particularly in Japanese society, and yeah, it's hard to know who to blame more, like the society or those two. How about both?
コロマルさんもお冠のようです。光さんは光さんなのに、どうしてそれを否定されるのかと。あの光の風貌から考えるに、かなり最近の話のようだな。
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I inferred.
彼女はこんなひどい圧力を親族から受けていたのか。
Yeah, it's not just awful parents we have in Persona. Aunts and uncles tend to be pretty bad too. Just look at Futaba.
他の子と違う。私はおかしい。ダメな子。異常な子。そんなことないクマ。クマだって普通とはちょっと違うけど、みんなクマのこと仲間って受け入れてくれてるクマ。だけど私はみんなに迷惑をかけるエラー。違う。個性はエラーなんかじゃない。
And that whole thing about causing trouble for everyone else is also a very Japanese thing.
みんな私がおかしいっていう。個性なんてただの言い訳だって。夢だって中途半端なまま。エラーだって正せない。本当は私我慢なんてしたくないのに。そう、私ずっと悩んでた。普通ってどういうこと？私って何なの？ 自分の存在が何なのかわからなくなって。自分を見失っちゃダメ。自分だけ違うって不安。私今ならよくわかる。正直に言うね。私ここに来てずっと怖かったよ。私だけがイレギュラーな存在で、私だけがみんなと違う。なんでだろうって考えてたら、自分の全てが作り物みたいに思えてきて。
All of this actually has kind of interesting meta implications, because, like, that's almost how people thought she was being treated by Atlas themselves. Because they would always give her the shaft when it came to the male protagonist.
でもみんなは受け入れてくれた。それって私だけの話じゃないんだよ。ひかりちゃんのことだってそうでしょ。ひかりちゃんはひかりちゃん。私たちの大切な友達。だからここまでみんな迎えに来たの。そうだぞひかり、早く全員で一緒に帰ろう。そうだ、私やりたいことがあった。それはお前のわがままだひかり。周りに迷惑をかけるんじゃない。そうよ、あなたは普通じゃないわ。そのままだと不幸なのよ。私の夢、一緒にいたい人。私は自分の思う私でいたい。誰かの基準を押し付けられて自分を捨てたくなんてない。まだ反抗するつもり？私たちが強制してあげるわ。あなたは異常なのよ。やめて。させるかっつーの。ああ、好きにはさせない。行こう。
So the Overseer actually represented two people, Hikari's aunt and uncle. You can tell by the coat.
今はこのシャドウを倒すのが先だね。サポートは任せてね。やってやんぜこら。
So these two are both growth relics, and they're both weak to nuclear, and even though they don't have any ailment weaknesses, they are, like, they have regular susceptibility to confusion. So I'm gonna do a funny thing right now. Let's mind charge first, and I mean, I could do stuff with Makoto right now, but I kind of want to leave things for, oh right, no, Kanji had the Salome's Kiss, so he'll go for that. Given you Mafrela as well, but, guess you can use Mafrela right now. They've got 50% susceptibility to all binds. Ah, okay, they heal. Interesting. Okay, thank you, immunity buffer. But yeah, I'm gonna need a couple of turns to really get this going. But I have Risei to facilitate this. And let's see if I can get the Pull-Impa in and stop them from draining. They actually don't have a lot of HP when it comes to mini-bosses. Okay, so Mind Charge first. And now, wait, firstly, Salome's Kiss time. Oh, hey, we got all three of them, even though they resist that. But okay, yeah. And now Orgia mode. Because remember, Orgia mode triples all damage, including magic. Now, Salome's Kiss the other one, because lol. And I guess you can keep healing. Yeah, I don't know if my, like, full-on, like, Mind Charge Aegis Barrage is going to, like, do it immediately, but we'll see. Yeah, unfortunately they can't be knocked down for an all-out attack, but, I don't think I needed that, but anyway, like, her turn was superfluous anyway. And also, just to make sure, let's just see, firstly. Okay, didn't get the agility bind there. However, that was not a lot of damage from physical. Do you have, like, a massive, physical? No, your physical resistance is a lot, and their strength is not bad either, so I don't know why that did so little damage. But, Spotlight! Mafrela with Mind Charge. And now Makoto can also go ham. I guess I could also throw in some debilitates. But yes, here we go. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, I had the double attack item on her, but it didn't trigger there. If it had triggered, this may have been over. But it might end up being over next turn regardless. Both Relics. Okay, you're out of boost. I probably have to go for the spotlight again. I want to save some gauge because let's just say we're not actually done with mini-bosses yet. Okay, come on, double attack. You can trigger now. You can trigger now. Yeah, because that is way less without the mind charge. Ah, didn't trigger. Of course, it just... the one time when it would be really funny if I got it, I don't. But still, I mean, this fight's going insanely well regardless. Probably should have actually had Kanji attack rather than... yeah. Is Aigus gonna overheat? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, well, the rest of us will have to finish this fight. It's still pretty much over. So yeah, like their gimmick is they'll try and use Drain Strikes to heal, but they're both weak to nuke, so if you have a nuke-heavy party, and also if you use Confusion, yeah, this happens. Close, and... oh yeah, Strength Blind will also prevent them from using their Drain attacks. Okay, good crit there, and I have to wait one more turn to finish this. Yes, I am fully prepared. Unfortunately, I am currently overheating. But I am with you in spirit. I am using my nuke strikes on them in spirit. And there we go. So yeah, that would have been way cooler if I had got the, you know, if I got the double attack. Null Strength Bind, huh. You know, honestly, I don't really use Rampage very much on him. Probably rather have Armor Destroyer than Weapon Crusher. But yes, another painful Hikari memory has been exercised. Close to remembering everything, huh? Not literally remembering everything. Yeah, we still have one more thing to go, and then it is boss time. I'm sure you are very close to getting back that final memory. Hopefully that memory is important to her for the right reasons, but I'm getting the sense that it's probably something really bad. Yeah, you know what, like, that moment kind of really resonated with me too, but, you know, for different reasons to her. Was the whole autism thing. This is definitely, like, this is the part that I feel really gets to the heart of that issue. Huh. Thing is, you're still better at Link builds. And something interesting about this, this actually has payoff later on if you've done the optional content, when it comes to, certain divergent paths their personas take, I'll just say. That actually kind of lends into the themes of Persona Q1 as well. So yeah, I love how Kotone herself is kind of the biggest catalyst in Hikari's realization. It fits, because, you know, she's the new face of this crossover. Yeah, no, he probably couldn't have done that.
Hi.
And she's also way more adept at socialing than he is. In fact, it's actually kind of similar to what the childhood psych paper said about me and my sister. It mentioned that my sister was way better at, like, you know, social situations, and I'm like, she was freaking 2 years old at the time, by the way. The power of friendship! It is literally magic! And now this is the power of something a little more than friendship for me. These two being on screen. Yeah, it is interesting, because, again, like Femc bottles up her emotions. I've said this earlier in the playthrough, so she had kind of, like that whole thing just really gave her the opportunity to let that out. But as I said, we aren't quite done here.
Hikari, 出ておいで。光が欲しいと言ってたノート買ってきたよ。光、どうして出てこないんだい？どうして？どうして？どうして？どうして？
And here we arrive at a plot point that makes far more sense in Japanese. Although you might be able to guess at it now. It's just that they can't really explain it in the English dialogue because it's a Japanese thing specifically. Why in Japanese is Doushte. Doushte. And you might have noticed a recurring phrase among everybody who tormented Hikari during her life. Yeah, we're on the verge of something extremely ominous. Also, they put a treasure here. Oh, so yeah, like I said, like earlier, using the elemental absorb accessories does give up using another accessory effect. Like that! Dragon Cry is absolutely amazing. You act first and deal, I believe it's 30% more damage? But yeah, now I have to check which tiles I missed. You do have to step on the tiles around those dwarves. I had a feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here we go. Just a growth in. I mean, that's not bad, given that we have a big boss fight coming up. So, remember when I said this dungeon had more than 6 floors, but the first 6 are the only ones that actually matter? Well, there's a floor here that is entirely a mini-boss. I'm not really sure why this floor exists. I guess it's just here to build up the tension. But yes, this floor is just going to be this scene.
Oh, 来たか。さすがにもう驚かねえぞ。これ以上ヒカリンを苦しめるのはクマが許さないクマよ。大丈夫？始まるね。光、ダメじゃないか。みんなに心配かけちゃ。みんな光に厳しく言ってるように聞こえるかもしれないけどね。それは光のためを思ってのことなんだよ。なんとか言いなさい。言ってくれないとわからないだろう。光、どうしてお前はそうなんだ。どうしてあなたは そうなの。どうしてあんたはそうなわけ？どうしてあなたはそうなのよ。いや、やめて。
光、どうしてお前はそうなんだ。
どうしてお前はどうしてお前はどうしてお前はどうしてお前はどうしてお前は
どうしてお前はどうしてお前はそうなんだ。
私そんなこと言われて
ない。何を言っている。これがお前の知っている僕だろう。違う。
本当はそうじゃなかった。全部私の
光、どうしてお前は。
ひかりちゃん、危ない。
そうなんだ。
来るぞみんな、光を守れ。
言われなくても行くぜ。
So all this time, that's what Dou's been about. It wasn't John Doe, it was Doushte omae wa sounanda. Again, makes a little more sense in Japanese. I almost wonder if it could have worked if they'd called him Y, as in the letter Y, for like an unknown variable in an equation, and then it turned out, no, it's the word Y. But yes, we now have to face the Order Gigant, and it's weak to electricity, and it can be knocked down, but if you go for the all-out attack, it will respond with a Lex screen, so don't do that. It's also immune to all binds, but I want to try something weird here. The data mine that I'm using does not say that it's immune to instant death. So, I have a bunch of ailment boosts on Naoto and Hummer. This would be better if I had Alice, but for now I'm going to have to use Hummer. Because it doesn't resist light or dark. Okay, yeah, but in terms of everything else, though, I am going to be using a Link build on Femc. But I'm going to be trying for Hummer every turn just to see if it ends up working. Okay, yeah, I've got a slight problem with Arn right now, but I guess you can continue the Link barrage. I also have Heaven's Blade on Yosuke, so he'll be able to contribute to that. You generally want more Heaven's Blades in the party to get more Link follow-ups. Getting a lot of luck with immunity buff lately. Okay, the problem is it has activated Bestial Roar, so I'm going to have to spotlight Kotone. But yeah, I want to see if this works. Or it just could be a weird thing in the data mine. Okay, yeah, so spotlight time. Actually, maybe I should save that. Oh, right, you're the one with debilitate. Yeah, let's set that up. Okay. Oh, that's not good. That's gonna ruin my Link setup. And yeah, because it used Bestial Roar, Line Guard is totally pointless here unless I spotlight for it. But yeah, let's at least get the Debilitate set up. But this is not going to be the best without Yosuke here. Yeah, now we are spotlighting you, because that will go before the Bestial Roar does. And Elect Strike Link buff by Shura Tensei. This might have been a bad idea, but we'll see. It is debilitated. And yeah, we get the cut in there because this is going to be a knockdown. However, I am not going to take the all-out attack because, again, it will immediately respond with a Lex Screen if I do that. But yeah, that's going to give me a Shura Tensei boosted Elect Link, which will compound thanks to Femc's skill, I think. Only a little bit every time, but it does add up. Oh, this would have been so much better if I had Kunai backup going, but oh well. Water Gigant has recovered. Please don't. Okay. Okay. I actually have to spotlight on and have her heal. Which is weird, but it's what I think I need to do right now. Because otherwise Femc will explode herself with Shura Tensei. I know it's weird putting it that way, but yeah. Yeah, it does kind of suck that the bestial roar means that you can't actually, you can't actually, like, line guard its attacks. See, I don't know if, like, I'm just getting unlucky, or if instant death sucks, or if the data mine is wrong on this thing's instant death immunity. Oh, thank you. Okay, I still have bestial. However, again, I need to spotlight on to heal. Do I just keep piling on the attacks to see if I can... I sort of want to just do this while I've got this bestial roar build going. Again, you need to diorama. Because it's going to spend this turn presumably setting up bestial roar again. So, I've got this turn to go all ham here. Yeah, unfortunately, Arn's healing is not quite outpacing the Shura Tensei damage. Let's not misclick and do that, because then it will elect screen. But yeah, the whole, like, series of events that's going on right now is very fascinating. Basically, Hikari's father, the one person in her life she thought she could trust, he said her trigger phrase. And that obviously was, like, felt like a massive betrayal to her. And I can definitely see why. Because she always felt like he was the one person who would never betray her. He was the one person. And even though he did mean well, even though, like, I kind of want to spoil in advance, he is not the abusive monster that a lot of parents are in this franchise. But it is very interesting how this game shows that even well-meaning parents can sometimes say what their child does not need to hear in the moment. And, like Hikari didn't, Hikari never told him that phrase was a trigger for her, but she wouldn't have. Like, there's no way she would have. She was already borderline catatonically depressed at the time. Okay, here's the problem. I am officially out of, spotlights. So, I may have to have Femc take the proverbial L here. As long as she doesn't get hit. Oh, don't hit Femc, please don't hit Femc, please don't hit Femc, please. Thank you! Thank you for going for Aegis. I'm so sorry, Femc, but your noble sacrifice will be appreciated. And next turn is when I revive people. Of course, at the very end of the fight, you're welcome to use the all-out attack. Just kind of wanted to let Femc be the hero here. Maybe I should use a Spotlight Revival now that I have a gauge. Yeah, it's getting really low. Oh, that's still going to trigger a link, even though Femc is, I would say, beyond the grave, but no, let's not insinuate that about Femc. She's just fine. She's just taking a small rest. Okay, Gigant has recovered. It is so close to being done. However, I do believe I should do a Spotlight Revival here. From Aegis, I suppose. Yeah, I think I'll Revival beat Femc. It's also Bestial Roar, but Spotlight does go before that. Unfortunately, the only people I've got with electric skills are Yosuke and Femc. Oh no, that's bad. Wow, Femc lived that? That is it. Oh, so thank you, immunity buffer. Okay, things are looking a little brighter now. It does still have one more turn of Bestial Roar, though. But it is still debilitated, which is important. Okay. Oh, I don't think Yosuke's gonna be fast enough for that. I do have a Bolt Bullet, though. Oh, right, they've had that. I thought that meant they were, like, that icon usually means infinite use, but no. Oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. Okay, we gotta live through this somehow. Okay, didn't go for Death Found again. I think we're good, especially since the two people left alive are the ones who have elect skills. So there we go. I mean, that's... No, wait. I'll let you go for the Bolt Bullet. Okay, didn't kill it. I feel like a two-person all-out attack probably wouldn't have killed it, but it doesn't have Bestial Roar anymore, so I should easily be able to finish this now. Okay. That would have been cool to get the all-out attack finisher, but oh well. Okay, that was worth a lot of experience, and I feel kind of bad that most of our party missed out on that, but we still won, and that's what counts. Well, it's a little late to be learning double link, but any link skill is a good link skill. I feel like combo arts is like the... Actually, no, it does help him get links working. Because, like, I'm using him more as link support than as a linker in his own right. Maybe I get rid of Gurl, actually. And the Rune of Destiny lets you fuse Norn in the Velvet Rune.
Nani?
And yes, the whole time... Sponge Bag is not nearly as good as Boyo Boyo Yaro. Yeah, he doesn't have far to run. The next floor is the last one. We gotta pursue, we can't let it end like this.
Oh.
Hikari is almost ready to face her life head-on, she just has one more obstacle to overcome. Navi gals. Fuddy-duddy's a weird word. I remember someone in my school laughed so much when he found out it was a real word, like it was actually in the dictionary. It literally is in the dictionary, by the way, you can look it up. But yeah, we've got 2 treasure chest items here. Okay, Wildcard's pretty nice, especially now that we've got access to things like Debilitate and Heaven's Blade. And a blank card. And I suppose I can give you a preview of Dou's hiding place, just to make it a little more convenient to get back in. I really wish the entire labyrinth looked like this from the second half onwards. But, yep. Yeah, this is certainly an aesthetic. We have our pre-boss save point. We have our boss door. Next time, in the endless interlude, we finally fight Dou.